You listen to Biggie's Juicy? It's like the greatest song of inspiration ever, you know? It's weird though, it's not the same song as when I heard it when I was like 12. Because there's a line in there when he goes, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. That's like $300 worth of merchandise. It's not a lot of money, man. I've been dead broke my whole life and I've had a Sega Genesis. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but I could picture it. It wasn't like... We grew up in the projects, and in the middle of our projects, they built a homeless shelter. And we used to tease the kids that lived in the shelter because they were the only people we knew poorer than us. And we thought somehow they were messing up our property value by being homeless, I guess. I had a friend that lived in the shelter named Homeless Dave. And we had another Dave. So that's what happens if you grow up really poor and you have a common name. We pick the worst part of your life and make it your new nickname. Like I had a friend we used to call RoboCop for years because he wore braces on his legs. And he walked like RoboCop to us. It's messed up. It wasn't his real name. His real name was Cripple Greg, but we called him RoboCop because I don't know. I was in the hood recently, and I walked into this bodega, and I heard this dude yell out, "Nah, son, get the Fiji. Evian is gross." I laughed for like 3 days after that, man. That's how dope it is to be an American. Our poor people have specific water tastes. All our poor people got camera phones. My nephew's got a camera phone. He's 10 years old, which sucks for him because I can't imagine what it must be like for him to go through a 5th grade math class with a device in his pocket that can answer all of life's questions. And showing pictures of titties in high definition. You want this kid to pay attention in class, really? He doesn't have attention deficit. He's got titties in his pocket is what he's got. That's why he can't focus, man. That's too much technology for a kid, man. The closest thing I had to a camera phone when I was 10 was a calculator. And I'd sit in the back of the classroom typing 80085. Because I was creepy. I don't have a degree. I didn't even go to college. And I'm glad I didn't because I do this, so I don't have to go to college for this. And all of my friends that went to college are in crazy debt, like real debt. I got a friend that's $80,000 in debt with an English degree. I learned English for free. This is the first thing I learned. This is the first thing I learned. And I talk to this dude every day. I understand everything he's saying. He doesn't know a special kind of English. He doesn't talk like the Game of Thrones. It's just regular English. And you know what he does for a living? He teaches English. Because that's the only thing you can do with an English degree. So pyramid scheme. I think love's overrated. Like is better than love to me, man. You know the difference between like and love? Obligation. You like somebody, you just like them until you don't like them no more, and then you stop taking their calls. You love someone, you're obligated to that person forever, man, even after you don't like them anymore. That's the problem with love. There's no exit strategy out of it. That's why if you watch the news, you'll see people kill loved ones all the time. Nobody ever kills people they like, though. Right? Nobody's watching you sleep through your bedroom window because you're pretty cool. You treat kids weird, man. Let kids be kids. And they were talking about kids are out of control for sexting each other. They're not out of control for sexting. They just have the technology to be as gross as we've always wished we were. When we were there, what'd you think he was gonna take pictures of with 8 megapixels of camera? Sunsets? No. He's 12, he's gonna take pictures of his dick. It's the most interesting thing he owns. It's not his fault. I'm sure there was people trying to sext in the 70s and 80s in their bathrooms with Polaroids and stamps. Wait till Cheryl sees this shit in 2 to 3 business days. Love it. People in the 20s trying to sext each other. Those cameras, like the box cameras with the black cloth. They pose for every picture like they was on money. All right, now watch the birdie. It's the world's oldest sexting joke. I do like doing comedy though because I gotta pay taxes. That's the worst part. That's the worst. You ever paid taxes? I never paid taxes before. It's an awful feeling. I've had taxes taken, but I've never paid taxes, and that's 2 totally different things. Because when you have taxes taken, you get a job every week, and they just take the taxes out of your check. They just take it. You don't get a choice. They just take it, and they keep taking it to the end of the year, where they're like, "Hey, I think we might have took too much." Here's $500 back. Go buy yourself some sneakers or something. And you're like, "Thanks, government. We're going to Red Lobster tonight. This is amazing." I love tax time. When you pay taxes, it's totally different. When you pay taxes, they let you keep all of your money all year, and at the end, they say, "You owe us 40%. Which is a lot for me because I don't know what I'm paying for. I've never dialed 911. I put out all my own fires. And I'm not saying I shouldn't have to pay any taxes, but I shouldn't have to pay as much as somebody that votes. Or actually, I don't vote because I don't know anything about politics. And honestly, I can't believe they would let me. Isn't that like an important job? Don't just let me pick the president, really? I don't gotta take a test. I don't need a license. You need a license to shampoo dogs in this country. But to let me pick the president, that seems safe to you? I don't know anything about politics. I've tried. I watch the news. Either I'm too stupid to understand the news or I feel like they're always lying to us, right? I was watching recently, this lady from the government gets on talking about the economy. She's like, "We in a recession. We owe China $11 trillion. And I'm like, we? I don't owe China shit. You owe China $11 trillion. We owe Sprint $90. You must have been roaming. I like getting older, it's fun. I enjoy everything now. I enjoy sex now. I enjoyed sex when I was 20, but I only enjoyed it for like 5 or 6 pumps. Then after that, I was too busy trying to divide fractions and remember scenes from The Color Purple. Every young dude in here has a trick to not finish fast. It's not just me. Women don't have a trick. You finish whenever you want, and we don't make fun of you because we're nice people. No woman in here was about to early during sex was like, "Oh shit, think of Danny Glover, think of Danny Glover." That doesn't happen. There's books that teach women. There's no books that teach younger men how to enjoy sex better. There's no 50 Shades of Dudes. So I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book teaching younger men how to enjoy sex better. It's gonna be 2 pages long. And the first page is gonna say, if you feel like you got a and the second page, and the second page is gonna be a bibliography. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's it. I'm dead serious. I wish I had that information when I was 20. I used to hold out. I don't know why. I I never won nothing. I almost bit my tongue off twice. Now 30, if I early, so be it. Compliments to the chef. I don't even know why women would get mad. I'm a guy, I'm supposed to fast anyway. My is made of people. You ever try to stop 100,000 people from leaving a small area at the same time? It's impossible. They got places to go. I don't got riot gear. This is my children. What do you want me to do?